So right now, we have all the members present who are here. We're present. Before break, okay, fantastic. Very good. I'm sorry, Madam Clerk. I always take your job.
Next item, approval of the minutes from the June 21st, 2024 meeting.
Moved and supported for the minutes from the June 21 meeting. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Next item.
Unfinished business, there is none listed. We are moving to new business. Item number 1 is an update on zoo operations.
Okay, so I heard someone on Zoom.
We are here.
No.
This is Robbie Shoemaker, Chief Financial Officer at the Detroit Zoological Society.
I'm Diane Miller. I'm the Vice President of Educational Programs.
Welcome to both of you.
Thanks for having us today.
Of course.
Grateful for
Good
the
morning.
opportunity to chat with you all.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Well, what I'm going to do, as we often do when we have representatives from the zoo here, is just kind of open the floor and you can discuss any highlights, operations of the zoo for this past year, and anything else you'd like to share with this board.
Great. Would I be able to share my screen? We have a short presentation, a little update from this year, if that's okay.
Sure.
Good morning, Robbie. You're now able to share your screen.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Can everybody see the screen okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. So again, thank you so much for having us today. We're going to take you through a few highlights from 2024 and what's new here at the zoo. 24 was a big year for us. So it was the first year of our new strategic plan. We spent the better part of 2 years developing this plan with some external zoo consultants and our executive team here. And we made one big change. Previously we had what we called pillars, and they were very focused pillars on things like animal welfare and very specific sustainability goals. And we realized that the impact that we want to have is bigger than some of those very specific things. So we changed our format to what we call key commitments. Those key commitments being to people, to animals, to the environment, and the resources that we're entrusted with. So our strategic plan is out on our website. I'd welcome you to go out to the website and take a look at that strategic plan. There's also a QR code that you should be able to see on your screen here that you can scan and get more details about that plan. So in the context of resources, thought you'd take you through a few highlights this year, numbers wise. We're going to see over 1.2 million visitors here in 2024, and that's consistent with what we've seen both in 2022 and 2023 coming out of the pandemic. Pre-pandemic, we had a baseline attendance in the 1.3 million range. And you might remember in 2020, we dropped down to 500,000. So we're still on our way back up from pandemic, but we're within about 5 percentage points of where we were prior to that. And this seems to be our new baseline of between 1.2 and 1.25 million visitors. We currently have over 42,000 member households, and we're actually tracking to have 45,000 by the end of this year. So again, membership is another number that's growing post-pandemic. And with the opening of our new Discovery Trails habitat coming in 2026, we think that member household count is going to continue to increase. We're seeing close to 170 million in overall economic impact. That'd be the largest paid attraction in the state of Michigan. And that economic impact comes from employees and visitors, both in state and out of state, and the impact that they're driving throughout the community and throughout the state. And that's a number that we're really proud of. Definitely doing something that's beyond our 125 acres in our walls here. And we see guests from every county in Michigan and every state in the United States. I'd love to give you a stat on how many from other countries come, but unfortunately we don't always have that kind of data. But we're grateful for being not just a local and regional attraction, but being a national attraction. And then we also have the Belle Isle Nature Center, which, as I'm sure you're all aware, went through a renovation about 2 years ago now. $2.5 million renovation, and it's really one of the gems on Belle Isle and in the city of Detroit. We're going to see over 100,000 visitors this year. It'll be our biggest year yet at the Belle Isle Nature Center. Our Nature Tots program is going to see over 7,000 toddlers and caregivers, which is really cool. And as a reminder, all programming at the Belle Isle Nature Center is free, and that's something that we work really hard to maintain as we continue to grow and operate that facility. And on top of that, we had 2,000 participants in special events. These are some co-created events with the DNR, and we have our Bee Fest event every spring that highlights the pollinators and all things urban wildlife. So really proud of our efforts there to grow participation at the Belle Isle Nature Center and in the city of Detroit. With that, I'll pass it over to Diane to talk through some other aspects of our year.
Good morning. So as Robbie said, people are one of our key commitments, and we're thinking about our guests, our volunteers, and our employees and creating the best experience for all of those audiences. In schools, we work with over 23,000 teachers and families and educational programs. And one of our biggest programs is Day at the Zoo. Where we bring in students, we provide buses, educational programs, and a great percentage of those programs, the Day at the Zoo programs, are done in Wayne County. We have a high priority on Title I schools. We have a new program. Well, no, it's not new now. It's in our third year. It's called but we're looking at careers in conservations and the types of careers that we have here at the zoo. So we bring in students as a ninth grader, and we work with them for 4 years. It's a paid internship. They get to work with zookeepers, but they get to go out in the community and look, and they start their conservation work in the ninth grade. We work with high school interns from Crystal Ray, and we've been doing this for a number of years. And they are with us for the entire school year. So it's both a science program, a science education program, but a work-based learning program where they're learning work skills. One of the programs we're really excited about is Nocturnal Adventures. And while we offer it for as a paid experience, we changed it into an experience that we could do with people who were dealing with housing insecurity or traumas. And we bring an entire shelter to the zoo. They get we ask not only all the residents, but the staff and their families to come. They come, they have dinner, they meet our staff, our volunteers, and then in small groups, they go around the zoo and hear stories about our animals. And 3 of those programs are in, let me make sure. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 in Wayne County. It says on there. But they left one off. Okay.
Yeah.
Go to the next one.
Yep.
So we also, like Robbie said, we do a lot of programming down on Belle Isle, all of which is free. The Big Bell lesson is a partnership where we're working with deaf and hard of hearing kids and creating really dynamic educational experiences for them. And with that small facility, they still see over 6,000 students and teachers. Very similar to the program, the career program that we have up here on Belle Isle. They have one that's even older where it's called the Environmental Stewardship Program. And again, getting students out in nature. The students are all Detroit students, and they've worked with over 100 students so far. And they do this in partnership with DNR and the Forest Service. We're really getting young people to think about these environmental careers. There's a long-standing partnership with the downtown boxing gym and with Brilliant Detroit. We have an excellent program where we're looking at preschool and elementary school kids and taking those programs to their site and also bringing them to Belle Isle.
One thing I'll add really quick about the ESI program. So this was initially a grant-funded program, and again, we have those partnerships with all sorts of different partners throughout the community. But this has become so core to what we do at Belle Isle that even when those grant funds run out, this is a program that we've committed to continue doing because it's so core to what we're doing there on the island.
And animals, of course, that's one of our key commitments, and people like to hear about the animals. We have 2 new red panda cubs. They're out now. If you come to the zoo, they're venturing out into their habitat. The female gorilla had a baby, firstborn.
It was the first one here in the zoo in 96 years. So we had a bachelor troop of gorillas for many years here. And the bachelors left, and we brought in a family group. So we now have 3 females and 1 male.
One baby.
And 1 baby. And with that kind of math, with 3 females and 1 male, we're hoping for more babies. So all really exciting things. First time in 96 years.
Yeah. The macaroni and king penguins both had chicks, and we have a third sea otter, and bush dogs, blue and gold macaw, monkeys, crown lemurs, all new to the zoo, new species when you come.
Yeah, and when we open Discovery Trails, there's going to be new species there as well. So we're going to have stingrays and bamboo sharks in a new touch tank experience. We're going to have donkeys. We're going to have miniature goats that you can pet and have an experience with. So again, these are all in an effort to bring more to the zoo, more to our guests, and more ways to interact with nature and our animals.
Am I doing the environment?
Yeah.
Okay. So we do a lot of field conservation. We are on every continent. One of the long-standing programs is in Peru, where volunteers who pay their own way and their own expenses go down to Peru and are helping plant trees. And we're working with indigenous communities and looking at conservation from their point of view and our point of view, and looking at how we can save the planet. But we do a lot of conservation programs right here in Michigan. We have the piping plovers, which is a great story because it was on the brink of extinction in this area. And with the work over the last 25 years, there are significant more piping plovers. We do work with the Eastern Madagascar rattlesnake. And we do a lot of work with mud puppies down on Belle Isle. We've been collecting data on that and on our Royale, the wolves in that area. Oh,
I can take it.
okay.
Yeah, so from a sustainability standpoint and wrapping up our environmental key commitment, we do electronics recycling here, and this is a program that we've grown for the last handful of years, but we collected over 74 tons of electronics to recycle when we had this event earlier this year. It's just that the amount of dumpsters, but they weren't dumpsters, obviously, being recycled, but the amount of things that we saw coming in and out over those handful of days we were doing that was just remarkable. Our Green Fest event in April of every year, we saw 8,000 people participate in that. It was our biggest Green Fest event yet. And we're continuing to partner with the Clinton River Watershed Council with the Adopt a Stream program. Again, trying to do as much with sustainability as we can, both on our campus and within our community. So what's new here at the zoo? So you may have noticed that the water tower stood blank for a little over a year. And I think I remember being in the boardroom with you all, and that was the first question that got asked is what's going up on the water tower? So I am so happy that that's not the first question we're hearing anymore when we come talk with you all or when we're out in the community. So it has its new coat of paint and new wrap and our new logo. It's really just, we think it looks great. We're really proud of it, and it's been really well received by the community. And the new brand launch in general, the new colorway and logo has been, again, very well received. We do have a new mobile wayfinding app. So we partnered with a company called Attractions.io to provide us with an industry-leading app. We found this through all sorts of research, and it's the same app that the San Diego Zoo uses. And if you've ever been there and visited, I mean, they have just an excellent guest experience and user experience. So, if you go onto the Apple Store or into the Google Play, you can download the Detroit Zoo app. Really easy to use. With a touch of a finger, you can go through and find out where restrooms are, help you with wayfinding. You can actually purchase food right from there as well for one of our restaurants here on campus. And you can find out more about the animals as you're seeing them, as you're experiencing the zoo. And I referenced a handful of times our biggest thing we have going on right now, which is Discovery Trails. And so this is a 7-acre project that is, if you orient yourself with campus, it's between Buddy's Pizza and the Barnyard. And it's a space before that was kind of a wide open space that over the years had rotating animals in the space. And we're going to transform this into a place where both kids and adults alike have new experiences with nature and new ways to interact. We talked about stingrays and bamboo sharks and being able to have a touch tank experience, interacting with goats and a petting zoo experience. Bush dogs, which is a species that just came back. We're going to have bush dogs in a very prominent spot in this space. And an all-new prairie dog exhibit, which I know everybody loves the prairie dogs. And that's probably the second most thing I hear is what happened to the prairie dogs and when are they coming back? So they are coming back and they're going to have an all new home in this space as well. So I'm going to show a very brief video where Dr. Haley Murphy, our CEO, kicks off this project.
At the Detroit Zoological Society, our mission is simple but powerful: to create meaningful connections between people, animals, and the natural world so all can thrive. For more than a century, we've achieved this through unique experiences and programs that have reached millions, conservation work on all 7 continents, and advocacy that is igniting positive change far and wide. Today, we are preparing to bring this mission to life in a new and exciting way. Introducing Discovery Trails, an immersive 7-acre experience coming soon to the Detroit Zoo. This significant investment in our community is dedicated to the wonder of wildlife, the power of education, and the joy of discovery. Discovery Trails features diverse educational experiences, from an imaginative farmers market that encourages creative play to a trail where children will explore nature through touch, sound, and sight, activating all their senses. Guests will further connect with animals through up-close encounters that foster empathy and understanding, including an interactive goat yard and an expansive bamboo shark and stingray habitat, where guests can touch and feed stingrays. Curiosity and appreciation of nature will be sparked in new and innovative ways. The Canopy Trail will offer an elevated perspective of how animals live, while a Little Sprouts area will inspire our youngest guests to explore, exercise, and have fun. True to the zoo's commitment to animals, Discovery Trails will highlight all new and reimagined habitats for prairie dogs, burrowing owls, bush dogs, anteaters, chickens, alpacas, and more. Built into the footprint of this exciting new experience are sustainability and accessibility features that ensure Discovery Trails is an inclusive space that protects our planet and is welcoming to all. As Discovery Trails take shape, we're excited to invite you to join us on this incredible journey. Stay connected and follow along at dzoo.org/Discovery Trails.
Great. So as mentioned here at the end, this is going to open at sometime in 2026. We've had a lot of work going on over the last handful of years, both under the ground, working on the infrastructure in this space, and things are starting to go vertical now, which is really exciting. So the first thing you'll see go up is going to be the tree trail, which is going to elevate you into the canopy, and I think that's going to really build excitement amongst our guests once they see that go vertical. So you can see the footprint here of the 7-acre site and all the things that we're going to have there, all the different species. There's going to be all new restrooms, going to be all the creature comforts you expect from a modern, a new space like this, new food service opportunities. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. And we're really excited about it. So with that, I will stop share and open it up for any questions that you all might have for us.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm always impressed by what the zoo does with education, with our young people in high school, as well as the conservation efforts. I think we're number one in making sure that we're looking at the environment, looking at the planet, and putting our walk where our faith is and where our thoughts are by doing the work, not just here in Michigan, but internationally. So thank you for the work that you all do. And I know you had a procurement fair on yesterday.
We did. Yeah, we had a diverse and local business vendor fair yesterday. It's been quite a few years since we've done one of these, and we had an incredible turnout from the community. We had over 100 vendors sign up, and in 3 hours, that's at capacity. So we're going to do another event in the spring. We don't have a date set yet, but yeah, the reach we got from working with the chamber and working with Buy Detroit in particular, it was an incredible day, and we had an incredible turnout.
Very good. Well, congratulations on that. I'm sure we'll see new opportunities for vendors from across Metro Detroit area as you all move, and especially with the work with the Discovery Trails. Some of the new vendors will probably help with that and moving that forward. So thank you. Any questions from the committee members? Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just looked up bush dog. I've never heard of that. Do we actually have those at the zoo now? Or they're going to be coming soon?
So they are actually here. They're here. They're behind the scenes right now. The habitat won't be ready for them until 2026 when it opens. But we have plenty of space to be able to hold and take good care of the animals in the meantime. But bush dogs are a species we had here for many years previously, and it was a fan favorite. And unfortunately, they had to go away, but they're back now, and we're really excited about that. So a bush dog is best way. It's almost like it looks like a dog with a bear's face, and they're a little bit bigger than the size of a poodle. And they run around and they're active and they have their trails that they like to go explore. And they are absolutely a fan favorite and they're so fun.
They're a fan favorite. We lost you for a moment there, but I think
Oh,
you were
sorry.
saying a fan favorite. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're so much fun to be around. It's so much fun to observe and watch them do their thing.
Where are they from?
It's an African species, I believe.
African, okay.
Yeah, I would love to be able to tell you what country that they are from originally. And then the population that we're getting is from another AZA institution though. So
Okay.
all endangered species are monitored by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, and we have species survival plans. So in order to be able to have a species like bush dogs, you actually go through that SSP to determine if there's a need and if we're able to properly care for them to make sure that we have the right habitat requirements and the right expertise on staff to ensure the viability of the species moving forward. And so bush dogs would be one of those species. Unfortunately, we do have that expertise here, and we're going to have a wonderful space for them.
Okay, wonderful.
All right, thank you.
Can you talk briefly about Wild Nights and then how well did Sunset at the Zoo go this summer?
Yeah, so Wild Lights is going on right now. Personally, I think it's the coolest thing that we do here at the zoo. We have a team here on site that curates it every single year, and most zoos and other attractions, when they do this, they're hiring out from the outside. They're hiring a company to come in and put up these lights. We have a team of 12 full-time, essentially lighting installers. They start working on the event in July, and it wraps up really in April by the time all the lights come down. So it's almost a year-long operation now. But the event started the weekend before Thanksgiving. We're anticipating seeing around 130,000 visitors over 30 plus nights. If you haven't been to the show yet, highly encourage you to come check it out. It's the best one we've done yet. It's getting great reviews, and the way they recurate it every single year for it to feel like a new thing every year, it's just incredible. They do a great job with it.
Yeah, I have to agree with Robbie. It's the one event that my family will come from around the country, come see me so they can see wild lights.
All right.
Yeah, USA Today just rated us one of the top 10 light shows in the country. So now I will say that one's done based on voting. So if you use your social media presence to, I'll say, buy votes, you can get higher on the rating. But we didn't do that, and we still placed in the top 10, and we're really proud of it.
Very cool.
Yeah,
And
Sunset, we generated about $500,000
okay.
in one night, which is great for us. That's usually what our goal is for that event. We made some changes to the flow of the event this year. When we did the silent auction, or I'm sorry, the live auction was earlier in the night versus later in the night. But if you do the live auction at 9 o'clock, some folks are already gone from the event. And the impact of that, so we moved it up to the front of the event, and we saw a lot of energy around that, getting to hear what we're doing and hear our message, and I think it was really well received.
Wonderful. Sunset is a wonderful event for the summer. And then Wild Nights, I have not gone yet, but I promised my daughter we'll go this season. So hopefully we'll get out of there. I don't like walking around in the cold, but hopefully we'll get out. I'll bundle up. Any additional questions for our team? Okay, well, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for the work that you do. Is very important work, again, with conservation, education, and just, of course, the upkeep and the maintenance of our animals. We thank you for your steadfast support, and we look forward to you all coming again in about another 6 months or so for an additional update.
Sounds
if
good.
anything that you need before then, of course, feel free to reach out to us. And I'm sure I'll see you shortly. Our next board meeting, I believe, is in January.
It's coming up sooner than you think.
Yeah, I know. They come up real quick. So
Yes, they do.
Look forward to seeing you both at that time.
Sounds good. Thank you all for your stewardship of the Zoological Authority, and thank you for your support of the DZS. We're grateful for you all and for this opportunity.
Absolutely. And happy holidays to you.
Thanks all.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right.
For receiving files, can I just read a portion from each?
Yes. All right. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Committee members, that was good. Always great to get a good update on what's going on at the zoo. They do great work. The next items that we have, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are receive and file items. So the clerk is going to read a snippet from each of them, then we'll take them all together in one vote. Madam Clerk?
Item number 2 is forwarding notification of the City of Hamtramck's public hearing scheduled for May 28th, 2024 to consider the City Council's intent to establish a neighborhood enterprise zone. Item number 3 is forwarding notification of the City of Livonia Brownfield Redevelopment Authority public hearing scheduled for December 9th, 2024 to consider the adoption of a resolution approving a brownfield plan and tax increment financing. Item number 4 is forwarding notification of the Harperwood City Council public hearing scheduled for July 8th to consider the designation of a neighborhood enterprise zone. Item number 5 is forwarding notification of the City of Harperwood's City Council's public hearing scheduled for August 19th to consider the adoption of a resolution approving a brownfield plan.
Okay. Entertain a motion to receive and file items 2, 3, 4, and 5. Gets moved by Mr. Morrow, supported by Commissioner Marecki. Any discussion on any of those 4 items? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain? Okay, next item, please.
Item number 6 is approval of the Wayne County Zoological Authority's proposed budget for fiscal year 25.
All right, if you look, I think on your last page, I don't know where it is in your packet, or hopefully you have a packet. It's on my last page. It shows for 2024.
Yes.
Yeah, and it should be on the last page. The approved budget for 2024, 4.45 million. That's the distribution to Detroit Zoological Authority. Minus 8,000, that $8,000 difference for expenditures. 2025 is expected to increase. You know, we have increase in property taxes. So of course that increases the dollar amount collected and then sent over to the zoo. So from 4.45 in 04 to 5.1 million in 25. Again, we're looking at $8,000 budgeted for the audit. Any questions on the budget for 24? Been moved and supported to approve the budget for 2025 with, again, the $8,000 allocated for auditing services. Any discussion on the budget? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain? Okay, ayes have it. Thank you so much. And
We don't have to amend 24s this year.
oh, we don't? Oh, well, that's good. The clerk just informed me that normally we have to amend the budget because we don't know where we are. Usually we have the meeting before the end of the year, but now these are the actual numbers for 24. And of course, the proposed budgets for 25. Those are proposed numbers, and we'll see what we come in at the end of the year next year. Yes. So, number 7, Madam
Item
Clerk.
number 7 is discussion of the audit contract with Allen C. Young and Associates, which is set to expire August 31st, 2025.
Okay, so we have a proposal from Alan Young. I have it. I don't know if you all want to see it or not. You have it as well. So this is the proposal. So for next year, have it there. So next year's proposed cost will be 7,600. And then for 2026, the proposed financial audit cost will be 7,900, which is still within that $8,000 that we allocated for auditing services. We have not completed the actual contract yet. So what I'd like to do is entertain a motion to approve per.
Grant delegated authority for Chair Bell to sign the contract amendment once it's drafted.
What she said. So, okay, it's been moved and supported to delegate the authority for me to sign the contract once our legal staff has gone through and issued the contract, execute the contract with Alan Young. Any discussion on that? All right, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain? Ayes have it. Thank you. Number 8.
Item number 8 is discussion of the 2025 meeting schedule.
You have some dates?
So usually it looks like twice a year in June to approve the actual audit and then in December to approve the.
So this board has been meeting typically twice a year, once in June to approve the audit once it's completed, and then again in December to approve an amended budget if we need one and the budget for the upcoming year.
So that would be our 2025 meeting schedule. So I anticipate a date in June and a date in December. Obviously, we don't have that date right now, but as it gets closer, kind of put in your mind that sometime in June we'll meet again. All right,
Such other matters as may be properly submitted before the authority.
I have none.
Public comments.
Anyone from the public wish to comment on the Wayne County Zoological Authority meeting? Anyone on Zoom? Anyone in the audience? Any committee members?
Recommendation for the vacancy or
The vacancy,
about that or?
I have not had a discussion. This was just a recent development. So we do know that they're bringing down a name that we should have. Our last meeting for this year, December 19th, which is next Thursday. So we hope to have a name by that time that we'll vote on. Okay. Right, any other discussion from committee members on anything? No public comments? All right. Next item.
Adjournment.
Is there a motion to adjourn?